What up? Ah, it's your girl Sasha here, and I'm getting into part 2 of my story. Very exciting, very exciting. Here's where all the good stuff happens. So, where was I? Where did I leave off? Okay. Alright, the heart surgery, I think, was my stepdad passing away from the same open heart surgeries that I had. Okay, before that, let's see, I was in my teens, and then I got a little bit older, and I started doing opiates. I got extremely addicted, didn't know that they were addicting, and was addicted before I knew it, but I did it because it made me like more sociable, like more outgoing, more able, like I felt like I was able to be in the world without feeling so closed in, if you know what I mean, because I was an empath and all that stuff, so I felt all this energy, and that caused me to be very shy and very like introverted. So I got addicted to that after I lived in Miami, because I had lived in Miami before that, and I was literally insane. I was crazy. I just cared about going out. Like, that's all I did. I was like doing modeling, but I missed out on great opportunities because I was too busy. I also had an eating disorder at that time, so I was very like concerned about what I looked like, and I wouldn't leave the house if I didn't look right. Just that really got bad, and I think I was around like 90 something pounds. I went out and partied and just like would dance for 14 hours in heels. That was insane. I would go to like Nocturnal on Fridays and then Space on Sundays. And I mean, I'm talking like go there at 10 o'clock at night and stay until it closed, which was usually, they have after hours, so it was usually like 12 p.m. or even 5 p.m. Like one time I was there till 5 p.m. That's when Eric Murillo was playing, and if anyone likes house music, and I stayed there till 5 p.m. and that's when I met my best friend that I always went out with there, and I drove her home afterwards, and then I had to drive all the way back to Stuart from Miami that day, and I remember I was so tired I had to pull off the road to take a nap. I was just so crazy, and then so all I cared about was like partying because I just wanted to escape from everything, and just like that's how, you know, I would get away. And I love house music, and I love dancing. Like I have a real like love for house music. So then I went to Space one day and my car got stolen. That was interesting. That was really interesting. I walked outside and my car was gone. It was literally gone. And I had like $200 in there, and I had everything because I didn't live in Miami yet at the time. So I had all these clothes for a modeling shoot that I was doing, and they were all brand new, and I had my what's it called? My my portfolio is in there. So they left my ID. That's what they left in there. So I was like, oh great, I got my ID, but now everything else is gone. And like they took my music, and that was the main like, oh, I was so devastated about that because I had so many CDs. So we filed a police report. They found my car the next morning because I guess what the homeless people do is they like steal the cars, they strip them, and then they sell the stuff that they get out of the cars. So basically that's what they did to mine. And I drove it back to Stuart the next day, but it needed to be repaired, and it was going to take like 4 months or something, or 2 months. So they just got me a new car because we sold that one, and I got a shittier car. So that was cool, but at least I had a car. I'm not complaining. So then I moved to Miami because my parents were like, "You're not going to stop going, so we might as well just like." You know, I started school for medical transcription, which didn't work out very well. So I moved to Miami, and that's after I got kicked out. I had gotten kicked out of my home, and I was living in my car for about 2 weeks. Literally just like didn't care about anything. I was just like pissed, and I stayed with my friend Gina, I think, a couple days, And oh my god, Gina, I miss her. Okay. Alright, back to the food. Sorry guys, I'm having like things pop up here. So we were just so crazy. We were so crazy. Um so I was doing modeling and I missed out on like so many opportunities that I could have had because I was so stressed out about my weight and like the way I looked and stuff like that. And I would literally go to the store and buy like just salad and or Brussels sprouts and have that in my fridge, and that's all I would eat. It's like 4 Brussels sprouts a day. I was so crazy. So then I was taking this medical transcription course, but not paying attention to it whatsoever. So I get to the final exam and I fail, and you're allowed to take it again. And I'm like, no, I give up. So I gave up on that. So that was a waste. I had to move out of this apartment I was living in with this girl. We were living in an apartment, 1 bedroom, and she had the living room. So it was like, she like put a curtain and like used the living room as a bedroom. It was crazy. And so I moved in with this girl that was in love with me. Oh my god, she was gay. And at the time, like, I thought I was straight. And I guess I believed I was straight, you know what I mean? But I did like kind of like girls, and I would always like be like flirty and stuff. So I guess like I kind of gave off the wrong impression to her, and she was in love with me. Everyone knew about it, and she literally thought she was like my girlfriend. She would be like, "Where are you going? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, bro, like let me like live my life." It was just too much, but she let me stay there, and that was amazing. She let me live with her. So I stayed with her, and that was crazy because we would like fight, and it was just insane. And yeah, and if she saw me with a guy, like she would just. So then I move out with this girl that's like it's like the craziest girl ever. Like she, oh my god, we got a place on South Beach, and we signed a lease. Like we signed a lease to live in this place. We both didn't have jobs, so we're like, how the hell are we gonna make this money? We tried to be promoters, and we completely sucked at it. Like we could not do it. We were so horrible. We would just walk around and we'd end up like drinking or something. Like we were just like so ridiculous. She ended up moving out on me, like moving, like just dipping. Like she found a guy on the road when we were walking home from Nikki Beach, and she just felt like they fell in love, and she moved in with him. And I think like they have broken up since then, but I think they actually are back together now, or like she's having his baby. I don't know, something crazy, but that's awesome. Go her, like good for her. She was a really funny and different person, so I liked her personality a lot. Didn't like the fact that she moved out on me with a freaking $1,000 rent, but $1,100 rent. Anyways, so then where did I move? Oh, I moved in with these guys. These guys, they were crazy. This is crazy. I'm telling you like every detail in my life. I moved in with these 2 guys on South Beach, and one of them was in love with me. Like, someone's always in love with me in this story. So, like, I don't know. He would, like, always want to hang out, and I'm like, oh. And then I got a boyfriend, and I really liked this kid, and he lived in Deerfield. And I, would go to his house all the time, and eventually I got kicked out of this house because they were like, I think they wanted me there more so they could, you know, just have a hot girl around or something. I don't know. So I moved in with this boyfriend that I had. Oh my god, it was way too quick to do that. And we literally started fighting all the time, and like I was starting to use drugs, and like he was just like a promoter and crazy, and he always wanted to be clubbing and partying, and I was kind of at the point where, you know, I wanted to settle down with someone, so I kind of like chilled with the partying, and he would still go out. He didn't care. He just went out anyways, and he started working at this one club, and he just cared more about that, which is okay. He was doing him, like he was doing what he loved, and he is actually now like one of the main promoters in South Beach. So I am so happy for him, and that was what he wanted to do. So he is doing it, and he's living his life, and that's awesome because that's what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to hold him back from doing what he loved so much. So because it made me so upset, and I don't want to be in a relationship like that, we broke up. But he's an awesome person, and was a great guy, and I know he's doing well. I still keep in touch with him like from time to time. So then what happened after that? I moved in with my friend Jamie because I like had nowhere to go. So my friend Jamie was like, "You can move in with me." And I lived on the couch. It was so like I just went from place to place. I lived like all of South Florida. I was in my full-blown addiction at this point, using Roxy's every single day. He knew that I was like pretty bad, I think, because I would like go in the bathroom and like stay in there. I don't know. He had an idea. So everyone was like worried. Still, it was like the whole party thing, Miami space, still addicted to it. So did that for a while. Where did I go after that? I don't know where I lived after that. Mom, do you know where I lived after Jamie's? I'm getting a blank. Mom? I'm drawing a blank right now. Like, what happened after that?
Did you go within that house, that man's house?
No, that was after, Mom. I'm talking about after Jamie's house.
Yeah, that's why I go.
Yeah, after that, Mom.
Oh, after the man's house?
No, after Jamie's.
I thought you went to the man's house.
What man? No.
Down in,
No. Okay, I don't know where I lived after that. You're not helping me.
I'm sitting here thinking.
I was supposed to move in with Christina, remember? And then where did I end up going? Oh, to the man's house, you're right. Okay, so I worked for this guy, and this is another part of my story that I might share eventually, but I'm not going to share it right now. I worked for someone, and he had a house that he just like had for business, and he never used it. So I was like, I'll pay $600 a month to live here, and so it was awesome. It was kind of cool, and it was a nice house, but it was kind of like I couldn't have furniture and all stuff, so it sucked. But anyways, then from there, I was in my full-blown addiction. I moved. I go out with this really crazy kid. He was insane, and he was literally insane. Like, he would just get mad at me every day and just not talk to me. He was so mean to me. Like, I don't understand. I was so nice. And he just took advantage of me, basically, and saw that I was super nice and super sweet. And that's what they do. They take advantage. So he ended up, being physically abusive, being emotionally very abusive, and I never even really liked the kid, to be honest with you. I just went out with him because of like the people involved and like the friends. I wanted more friends, like a lot of friends. So I did. I lived with these friends. I lived with him and then another couple, and they're actually still together. They're married now, which is insane. I'm so happy for them. So I guess he ended up, I knew he really loved that girl. Like, he really loved Stephanie. He was in love with her. They were both in love with each other. Oh my gosh, they were so cute. Now, I just had a feeling they were gonna stick together, and I guess they broke up for a little bit, but they ended up getting married, which is crazy, and they're really happy. And so I got arrested from here. Got arrested for having my pills on me, and I just gave them to the cops like a naive person because I didn't understand the law, and I thought they would help me, and they didn't give a shit, and they took me to jail, and I detoxed in jail. And then I finally got out well, it seemed like forever that I was in there. It was such a horrible experience. Oh my god, detoxing in there is horrible. And they made me sit in the hallway for 4 hours just for what did I even do? Oh, I had like a wrapper or something, and they're like sit in the hallway. I was so sick. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like I didn't understand what detoxing was. Oh my god, it was horrible. So then I'm gonna have to make this actually a part, like 3 parts, because I'm not. It's almost 20 minutes again, and I'm seriously not even close to being done. So this is funny though, going over what I went through in my life. Anyway, so let's stop there. So I got out of jail, and my my parents got me out, and I flew to New York with my mom and dad, and my grandma lived there. She was like 99 or something, and I took care of her. And I was really sick, really sick. And my mom didn't understand the point of like detoxing, so she like made me take care of my grandma, and I was so ill. And that's all for now. I'm gonna do again like part blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna record again tomorrow and do part 3. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Love you. Peace and love. Happiness to everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Let the sun shine upon you. Don't know where that came from, but bye.